Right. Once again, very good morning to all. And today I'm going to discuss about agri-preneurship and extension. This lectures number 1. Tomorrow I will conduct agri-preneurship and extension lectures number 2. So actually, right. This is a outline today. Actually, we are going to cover basic concept of understanding basic concept of agri-preneurship, and the role of extension is in agri-preneurship's development, and how to identify different type of agri-businesses that are the available businesses, and how we can identify, and the motivations to become agripreneurships, how we can motivate farmers or general farmers into entrepreneurships or agripreneurships, and the different business ideas and the key business skill. Actually, this outline it not only for today, even tomorrow the sum of area will be covered, right? So actually, we know, we have some understanding what is happening in the normal agricultural ecosystem. That means the agri market to agriculture market is now is shifting. Shifting mean actually local and national market is already gradually shifting to the global system. That mean actually small scale farmers who compete with neighbor industrial and globalized single in single markets. That means actually some farmers are there, the people who produce for local market. Same time the neighbor farmer may be a exporter, he is competing in international global market scenario. Therefore the market is gradually shifting to the, or it is gradually globalizing. Actually, in developing countries, country like Sri Lanka, we have market pressure to be commercialization. So that market is pressure to agricultural industry or agricultural market. You should be commercialized markets. That the reason is there, right? There are main three reasons we have identified. One is decline in land sizes. Actually, Sri Lanka, we have a lot of experience because all the main cropping area, maybe paddy, maybe tea, sometime rubbers and cinnamons. Main areas actually the land sizes are gradually decline. Sizes are decline. Otherwise we can say the small holding sectors are expanding. Small holding sectors are expanding. So therefore, the more intensive farming system should have to develop. The farming system should be more intensive, because otherwise we cannot compete with the international markets. The second thing is the normal urbanization process. The urbanization is now is happening. Now is a current process. So because of the rapid population growth, the lot of rural people who shift into village to the urban or semi-urban area. So the towns and the urban cities are expanding gradually. So therefore, the demands for the foods and the requirements for the foods are gradually increasing. And the normal modernization, so we call general modernization, is the happening. So therefore, actually, people are gradually shifting to the next level of their social strata. So we call it a normal modernization. Therefore, the money they want for educations, health, transports, and other things are uh, the demands for the money and the demands for the social welfare is gradually increasing. Therefore, the requirements for the normal farmer to be modernized, and the income should be comparatively more in the next coming 2-3 years. Therefore, the farmers have to think more about the marketing of their products. So because of these three reasons, one is decline in land size, second is urbanization, and the third is general modernization has pressurized existing agricultural system to be commercialized, right? Commercialized. Therefore, that requirements, that demand is therefore normal agricultural system to be commercialized, right? Because of this pressure, actually, that solution is come up with farmer to become entrepreneurship. So farmer to become businessmen, right? That pressure create general farmer should be converted to the businessmen, right? It is called entrepreneurships. That entrepreneurships actually it is refer to the capacity to take risks, develop, organize, and manage new business venture in order to make profit. Whatever the entrepreneur is, that means that they take risks and they develop and organize, manage new business venture. The prime objective is to make profits, right? It is called entrepreneurships, right? Agricultural entrepreneurships, normally agri-preneurship means all the things who take risks, develop, organize, manage, or all the business venture related to the agriculture, that is called agri-preneurship, right? Related to, it may be related to marketing or maybe producing various agricultural products as well as inputs, right? The people or the entrepreneur who engage in agribusinesses, we call agripreneurships, right? There are a few words you have to understand the other words. UPOs mean some other words. So agripreneur, value chain and suppliers, right? Normally that the person or individual who start, organize, manage business venture focusing on agricultural sector who call agripreneur, right? Agripreneur, it's a businessman. And the value chain, there's some other words you have to keep in mind, that the set of connected actors that work together, actually work together to add value to the product and increase in efficiency, competitiveness, while linking producers to processors and the markets. That is called value chain, right? We will discuss in tomorrow lecture or last lecture how value chain and extension should be linked. And the third word you have to keep in mind is suppliers is company or maybe business that supply good or services to to other businesses. In the case of farming, operation, no agripreneurships, right? So these are some words you have to keep in mind to understanding, to easy of understanding, right? So now you know the what is mean of agripreneurships, right? Agripreneurships means that the person who engage agricultural related business, that is called agripreneurships, right? The needs of agripreneurship is there. We have to understand why do we need such kind of business initiation in agricultural community. The reasons are actually 1.5 billion smallholder farmers are engaged in agriculture. 1.5 billions, and 75% of the world poorest people are depends on the agriculture, right? 75% of world poorest people depend on agriculture. And the smallholders are actually challenging their livelihoods because of many reasons. Smallholders, they are facing a lot of challenge to how to live and how to generate income for their livelihood. And because of that, the poverty has become the endemic to society, endemic, right? And therefore, investment on agripreneurship is good opportunities for farmer to generate additional income and to climb the social ladder step by step with the time, right? This is the needs of agripreneurships, or why do we encourage agripreneurships within the small holding or farming community. So therefore, actually, the extension should be the pluralistic nature of extension should be there to develop the businesses. So today actually we discuss about what is the pluralistic extension mean, right? Pluralistic extension mean this is the need of agripreneurships to overall community. Right? These are the few other words you have to keep in mind. So smallholders means I know there are some the students are here who are not in agriculture, so therefore that is why I put that vocabularies to here. It will help them to understand in tomorrow lecture also. The smallholders actually farmer who own small plots of lands with their grow for self-sustaining crops. Mainly they are rely on family labor, right? Smallholders, and the endemic means a condition that regularly found in particular area among the particular people. Floristic extension, today we will discuss more on the floristic extension. Extension that is characterized by the inclusion, interactions and coordinations of multiple publics, private maybe fee-based provider, another service and information sources, right? Therefore, agripreneurships, again we can now we know that what is entrepreneurships and the what is agripreneurships. So why do we need the what is the importance of the agripreneurships to maybe Sri Lankan farming community, maybe other area, right? The most important is to farmers to produce the normal what a smallholder actually do is they produce food for their families, right? The main focus of smallholder, they produce food for their families, not for the selling or not for marketing, right? Smallholder sell sometimes they sell some portions to their produce to various markets. Sometimes we will discuss different type of market in coming slides. So they what they do is they generate very small amount of money. And the smallholder farmers that are working towards to be in, and some farm farmers we have identified that some are they are happy or they are oriented to be a agricultural or entrepreneurs. They are with some internal drive to be entrepreneurs. They are all type of uh, entrepreneurs. They have how to generate profits. They are keep in mind how to generate profit and how to make more incomes for their families, and how to climb their social ladder. So therefore the making them for entrepreneurs or businessmen is one of very important factor for the developments of the developing countries. So most of time actually what's small farmers are actually doing is they what do they do is actually they make some small group cooperatives, or sometimes they make some contractual marketing approach to sell their products. So you will discuss what the cooperative or what is the contractual marketing. So what normally do is marketing approach, which is a company at the different levels of value chains. But you go with this UPO, what is mean by contractual marketing, right? So the developments of agripreneurships, actually there is a big role for the extensionists to play. So there is a very big role extensionists to play to development of business mindsets within the farming community, right? Normally, smallholder farmer they must understand market and economic opportunities. So what's the normally happening is smallholder farmers they don't have real understanding about the how market is fluctuating, how economic is going up and down. So therefore, role of extension is very important to identify the market and the economic condition on behalf of the smallholder farmer. And then the extensionists must be create some sustainable and profitable business for the smallholder farmer. That create means they are the not people who create. Actually, they should advise, they should give informations how to create that businesses. Right. This is the role of extensionist. And entrepreneurial actually market know-how should be communicate with the smallholder farmer. So normally actually happening is the opportunistic sale. Opportunistic sales means that the farmer who after who produce their crops, what they do is they find some buyer and sell this. That's called opportunistic sales. The sales that are based on the responding to any sales opportunity that becomes available. So that means what smallholders are normally doing is uh, opportunistic sale. So that opportunistic sale uh, should be converted to consistent profitable sales. So that ad hoc manner selling, or the at the time the product available, the farmers are sell, and at the time that product are not available, they don't have anything to sell. So therefore, this opportunistic sales behavior should be converted to the consistent profitable sale. So that is one of big role have to play by extensionists. So therefore, these are the main few roles have to play by extensionist in development of agri-preneurship, right? Understanding the market and economic opportunities and the developments of sustainable and profitable businesses, and the market engagement, know-how of market engagement, how smallholder engage with the markets, right? Engagement or engage with the market. This guideline should be given by the extensionist, and the opportunistic sale should be converted into consistent profitable sales. So at the hook manner or at the time of selling, have to convert it to the continuous sales. So these are the role have to play by the extensionist, or the role of floristic extensionist. So these are the need, the why extension supports for the uh, agribusiness developments. Normally, we know that the 10 to 12% of small farmers are able to access vital extension service, right? Small, we learned in previous lectures, most of large farms are benefited with the extension services. Smallholders access, and they are not only access, even the extension peoples are not reach most of times to the smallholders. That is why 10 to 12% are only benefited with extension services. Most of time, large farms are benefit with the extension services. Another thing is small farmers actually they first think about their livelihood need, and not for their enterprises, not to develop farm as a enterprises, not to develop farm as a business. What the smallholder prime objective is how to feed their family, right? How to feed their family. According to the World Bank 2015, they mentions most of extension activities are targeting on improving crop productivity or taking more harvest, not improving the profitability of the agribusiness or profitability of the farm. So therefore, we need some extension supports to develop the good entrepreneurs in the rural community. These are the few reasons. So one is only 10 to 12% are enjoying extension services, and the smallholders are also their main objective is to feed their family, not to develop farm as enterprise. And the third thing is the majority of extension services are worry about improving productivity, not improving profitability. Therefore, we have some big needs of extension supports to develop the agripreneurships within the rural community, right? Therefore, the new extension approach, we need to develop this agripreneurship. That is why agriculture should be seen as a enterprise, or farmer should be a entrepreneur. So this is the new extensionist approach. Normal agricultural or farm as an enterprise, or farming as enterprise or farming as a business, and the farmer as a businessman. And also, perspective of extension service should be move to poverty reductions to wealth creation. So normally, what current extension approach is, they are with productivity, what do they do is actually they concern more yield and income, and then they hopes the poverty reductions. But it should be some other way, wealth generation. So wealth mean that the level of educations, level of other social status and the money and all are there with the wealth, but the poverty is actually mainly with the income. Therefore, the perspective of extension service should be not only income generation, other factors also have to cover. That is why we are mentioning it should be a wealth creations. And also, goal of extension service should be expansion to productivity enhancements to profitability enhancements. This is a new extension approach. We expect farmer to become businessman. Therefore, rural entrepreneurships, we have some big subject area, but actually, it's simple. It's improving quality of life of individuals, families, communities, sustaining a healthy economy and environments. So now we know about the agricultural system pressure to shift. As therefore we need entrepreneurships. So the small holding sector actually have very big requirements to having entrepreneurships to remove the poverty or to reduce the poverty, right? So this is why it is important, and because of that, the extension service should be help small farmers to become entrepreneurs. So therefore, identifying market economic and the market engagement and opportunistic sales like area should be covered with the extensionists. And also, what current extension services actually are doing is these, and therefore we need a new extension approach. What traditionally in Sri Lankan or in other countries, what traditionally extensions are doing is they helping farmers to work in groups and they grow more products, and they develop enterprises. Sometimes the most of times they go with the cooperative approaches. This is the traditional extension approach. They help farmers to grow more, and they make groups. Then the group is gradually converted to the cooperatives. This is a traditional extension approach, but actually we should think something more. We should go with new extensioning approach. In 1999, it was marketing focuses on achieving economic of scale through engaging produce to sales to collective group marketing. That is that's mean actually the people of the particular area who become one groups, and they generate bulk amounts, and then what do they sell. This is called collective group marketing. These are the traditional approach of extension and the business development or extension or agri-business development, right? So therefore, what the role of new extension is? So what traditionally is doing is this. So what they do is they help to become a collective group, selling, so cooperatives, so individualistic entrepreneurship approach. But what is the new role? These are the few of them I have listed here. These are the role have to played by new extensionists. Normally, uh, actually, current extensionists are not playing this kind of role, but they have to play this kind of role. So these are the few roles have to play I am mentioning here. One is conducting market analysis, right? The traditional mindset of the traditional extensionists is what they do is they bring informations about crops, about how to apply fertilizer, how to apply chemical for diseases or pest attack, and how to reduce pest, how to manage pest. These are the traditional role currently played by the extension officers in Sri Lanka. But actually, new role in developing entrepreneurships, they are not only bringing informations to the farmers about productivity. Same time, they are with the market. So they should be able to analyze the market, then how market is fluctuate, how prices are varies, and what are the reasons the seasonal variations is coming in coming months, what will happens to the market, and what are the products will be given higher margin, and what are the products who downgraded the prices, what are the products who are surplus in the market in coming years, coming months. This analysis should be there with new extension. So the new extension is not the just information transferer, is a market analyzer. Also, he should be working with value chain with the partner. So we know that value chain, there are numbers of partners are there from producer to consumer, right? Producer, collector, processor, distributor, and the wholesale market, retail market, and then consumer, right? These are the partners of the value chain. So he should be the person who touch with, who know about the behavior of all the farmers. He should know the requirements of the requirement of different partners in the value chain, right? That's one of the role. And the developing farm planning, right? So farm planning is one of big areas, because the farmers are normally, what do they do is they just go for single crop. Sometimes if they got good prices in this season, same time the next season they will go with the same crop in the bulk manner. But actually the extension personnel who know the real market demands, he can plan the share of the crop of the farm. So therefore, developing farm plan, one of main area have to play with the role of the extension is financing and the sales and the building business opportunities for farming clientele, and the developing skill competencies required for the successful entrepreneurship. So these are the new role, building business opportunities. So there may be sometime value addition, some packaging, finding new customers. These are some new role to play, not just traditionally. Traditional role will not help farmer to become a entrepreneur. Therefore, he have to play new role, right? So to become farmer to entrepreneur, the extension approaches worldwide, they believe we should go with a pluralistic extension approach. Pluralistic extension approach. We know actually the Sri Lankan current extension system in normal farming situation is public dominance extension system. What the public sector he convey informations about farming, they go with the production and productivity, and they don't worry about the markets. That is why sometimes is product of the vegetables go up, and sometimes it cannot be controlled. It is skyrocketing of the vegetable prices. So that is mainly because of the approach and the dominations of the extension system in Sri Lanka. So therefore, worldwide, the extension professionals, they believe if you want to develop agripreneurship, so business-oriented agricultural community, we needs a pluralistic extension approach. So pluralistic extension approach means there is no dominations in single sector. Some area we know public sector dominant, in some area we know the private sector dominance, some area maybe the cooperatives or farming community are dominant. They are the people who decide what they have to do, and some area maybe the INGOs or NGOs are dominance. But in normal pluralistic approaches, there are no dominations. So all the people who get together and work on developing business. This is called pluralistic extensions, not domination by single segment in the extension system. All the people are work together on developing one system of the country. So that's mean address the need of specific extension services. So normally what happened is the objectives or orientation is depend on the segment. So because the public maybe orientation is to go for higher productivity or making more productions. Maybe public sector less input, less cost of productions and go with high profit, right? NGO maybe they are using more funds and resources, so some other value additions, market capturing like that is the objective of the NGO. So here we address the specific needs of the extension system, right? Maybe what are the needs individually we have to identify and address. That is why we call in touristic we specifically address the requirements of the needy of the farming community. And also we can address the wide variety of demands because we have a lot of expert in government, my private, my NGO, sometimes some other sectors. All the peoples are working together here. So therefore, we can address wide variety of demand of the farming community while making better use of variety of service providers available. Right? We can address, and also develop better service through cooperation between community base and the public-private sectors. Right? We can do better service, and that will help to shift coordinations and accountability between extension service and other service provider to the level farmers, farmer groups, and the organization. This is called floristic extension. What actually they are doing is there is no dominations of single sector, public, private, or corporate, or NGOs, right? They get together and sit in one place and work on specific needs or specific requirements of the uh, farming system or agricultural system, right? This is called floristic extension. Also, it can provide the system which quality and content of extension service more responsive to needs of priorities of the farmers, right? So normally what happen is we sometimes we not identify what are the priority areas of farmers, what are the need of the farmers. What actually normally we are doing is we top down bring information, we top down bring solutions and convey that information to farmer. It is needy or it is priority, we don't know sometimes. So with the floristic approach, we can really identify is the needy or it is a priority, and we can respond to that requirements. Therefore, the real demand we can fulfill with the floristic approach, right? Floristic approach. Therefore, it is given good results in developing uh, agribusiness or agri-preneurship within the farming community, right? In florist extension service, the extension agent may be team up with farmers, leader farmers, farmer group, associations, and the local volunteer agents, commission agents, business support services, NGO field agents, and private sector. These are the people who are get together, right? Public people, private people, commission agent, NGO people, all the peoples, all the responsible partners in the extension system are in one platform, and they identified the need and they identify the priority of the farmer and they fulfill it. So because of this approach, we believe we can develop good entrepreneurship skill within the rural farmer. Actually, then my lecture will be more focused on the floristic extension. Floristic extension. I have allocated 5 or 6 slides to discuss more about floristic extension. right? Normally, we know what the words actually. Farmers mean that they grow crops, livestock, and other with their family members. Lead farmer means lead farmer. You know that the farmer with agricultural expertise, right? Farmer groups, organization of farmers, typically maybe membership around 15 to 50. Cooperatives are, it's a kind of large and second order, more formal associations, and others team members may be private agents, public agents, INGO, NGO, INGO, NGO. These are the segment of the team of the floristic extension: farmer, lead farmer, farmer group, cooperatives, private agents, public agents, NGO, and INGO. These are the members of the team in extension, floristic extension, right? Members of the team. Normally, when you look at the farmer organizations, now when 2-3 slide I am discussed part of different peoples or different partners in the floristic extension, right? One is farm organization. One main role is played by the farm organization. There are two types of farm organizations available in farming community. One is resource-oriented farm organization, right? What is second one? Second one is the market-oriented farm organizations. Majority of Sri Lankan farm organizations are actually resource-oriented farm organizations, right? If you look at the tea sector, if you look at the paddy sector, if you look at maybe coconut sector, is not much available farm organization. Cinnamon is rubber, no available farm organization, mainly available in paddy and tea. Majority of them are resource-oriented farm organization. How we can identify what are the characteristics actually resource-oriented, right? These are the few of them. Production inputs needs by the members in order to enhance their productivity. Most of times, this resource-oriented farm organization, they worried about to supply the inputs, maybe seed, maybe fertilizer, maybe machinery, or maybe finance. These are the area they are worried about. These are focusing on, right? Input supply. And the most of time, these farm organizations are actually small, maybe 100, maybe 200, maybe like that. Small farm organization. And also they are defined with geographical areas, right? For one village, they have, or for one area, they have farm organization. Then other village, right? Village wise, area wise, geographically small farm groups, right? Geographically small farm groups. These are resource-oriented farmer organization, and also they always try to access the inputs, and commonly they depend on common crops growing in the area. If you commonly grow paddy, right? It's the society who is more oriented with paddy. If you go with tea, that's a common crops is base to develop this resource-oriented farm organization, right? One category. And other is market-oriented farm organization, right? In as extension is you have to identify it. Is this resource-oriented farm organization or market-oriented farm organization, right? First, you have to understand, because the resource-oriented organizations are very difficult to convert to market oriented. We can, but it's very difficult, right? So if you are going to convert it, if you are going to encourage entrepreneurships, first you have to identify, oh, this group is for what. So if this group for taking resources, so then what is the approaches you have to use in developing entrepreneurships? Because market-oriented people are not like resource-oriented. They are more specialized in single community, not specific into single community or single land area, or not specific to the village. like a resource base. Some resource bases are, they depend on the village, depend on the area. They have a lot of numbers of farmer organization with the small membership. But the membership are very, very huge. This kind of market-oriented farm organization, they focus on actually new technology, innovation, input supply, also credits, storage, processing, marketing. These are the area they are focusing. So normally resource oriented, they just worried about input supply and increase the productivity. But market oriented farm organization, they worried about the new technology, innovation, input supply, credits, right, marketing. With that, they hope to generate more returns to the members on the base of the economy, right? They generate more returns to the members. But in the resource oriented, they don't generate returns, but they just given some services and go back. But market oriented, they always try to generate uh, more returns to the member, right? These are the farm organization and type of farm organization. Then you have to understand the commission agents. These kind of commission agents are not available in Sri Lanka, and sometimes maybe informally, hurriedly may be available, but it is not prominent, right? Commission agent. The commission agent is actually that agent is appoints by most of time the company, right? Accelerate the process of marketing input to the farmer. What he have to do is normally what commission agent is doing is he work on behalf of the company, right? He have to accelerate the process of marketing inputs to the farmer. Local inputs firms are hiring progressive farmers as a agents or known as a commission agent. So commission agents, what they do is they promote, they bring some selected product to the farmer on behalf of the company. So that local appointments given by the company to the farmer, what he is doing is he bring that products and product information to the farmer. He help to advertise their goods and inform farmers about the benefit using improved technology. He is called commission agent. He is a farmer. He is work on behalf of the company in the field. What he do is he encourage farmers to use selected product of the selected company. He is called commission agent. Commission agent is playing a big role in extension. So therefore, he should be a partner of pluralistic extension system, right? That is why I am mentioning here farmer organization, farmer. We go with farmer, lead farmer, farmer group, cooperatives, and the farmer organization. There are two types, and the commission agents, commission agent, right? And then we should know about what is called business development services, right? Business development services. And normally we know agripreneurs are financial and non-financial factors are there that can be influence negatively their business growth, right? Normally we know agripreneurs that maybe financial factors, maybe non-finance factors are available that can be negatively impact on the growth of business. Therefore, business development services are required to overcome this overcome this limitation, because we know majority of farming community of farmers or rural farmers are their education levels actually not in goods. We can't say low education level, but it is not in goods, right? And the technical skills is not adequate. The skill currently available is not adequate. It's not enough. So we need some capacity building. And the access to the informations and availability and informations to the farming community is also is kind of lacking. So lack of informations, access to the informations, and also availability of informations is very less for the agripreneurs in the rural area. Also, their uh, access to the market also very poor. Also very poor. Because of that, the business growth is reluctant, or business growth is not happening as expected way, it is negatively impact in the development of agribusinesses. Therefore, business development services are needs to address those negative points available in the agripreneur. So that is why business development services are there to overcome this limitation. So these BDS people, they will concern about the productivity. That means how to increase the productivity or production in the particular area, how to maximize the input utilizations, and increase the profitability of the business, how we can reduce the CUP, how we can increase the profitability, how we can increase the margin. They will concern on productivity, profitability, and the competitiveness in the markets, right? This is the role of business development services to play, overcome the financial and non-financial negative impacts that can be influenced to the performance of the agribusinesses. So with that, to fulfill this requirement, BDS arise, right? BDS arise to fulfill this requirements, right? So with that, I think I will stop for 5 minutes. Then we will again rejoin with 9:30, 9:25 now. 9:30 I will start. I will continue this presentation. Right, take a 5 minutes break and come back 9:30. Right, shall we start again? So we know now agripreneurs are available with financial and non-financial barriers. So therefore, as example, education level, inadequate technical skill, lack of information, and poor access to markets. Because of these negative factors, the performance of the business are not performing well. It can be negatively impacts. Therefore, BDS are addressing productivity, profitability, and competitiveness in the market. So with the BDS approaches, BDF help wait. With the help of BDF, entrepreneurs can be overcome a lot of limitations available with their farming system and with their ecosystem. So these are the services given by the business development services, right? These are the few tools. The few services are given by the BDS. So what actually they are doing is analyze market opportunities and demands. What they do is they analyze. So they found data and collect data, and then analyze what are the demands of the crops, what are the demand of the services, what are the new opportunities, and they convert it into the information, then sends to the entrepreneurs. Then entrepreneurs can take decisions on where to invest, where to more focus on. So the BDS will analyze market on behalf of the entrepreneurs, and the mapping market chain. So normally they are doing is they analyze the market chain, how the product flow, how price flow, how margins are vary with the market chains. They mapping it, and that information is given to the entrepreneurs. So mapping the market chain, and the making productions and demand led decisions. So they take decisions. So they help to take decisions regarding productions and the based on the demand. So that is why making production and demand led decisions, and the recording of productions cost, EDS. These are the few of them, few of services given by the PDF. They records all the costing details and analyze the cost factors and informs to the entrepreneur. So this much of cost you have incurred. So this is the pricing you should be putting into the market, and profitability analysis is that. And the keeping and maintaining financial records, evaluation which business development services need to improve their competitiveness, right? So we know that just not investing in agripreneurs, they evaluate what are the area you have to more improve to increase the competitiveness in the markets, and they develop common business visions for the investments and the preparing and investing a business plan. These are the few services given by the BDS. These are one part of the floristic extension chain, floristic extension approach, right? Market analyze, demand and opportunity analyze, mapping, right? Productions and demand led decisions, record keeping and profitability analysis, maybe financial report and other records, and increase the competitiveness and the development of the development of the business plan, right? Development of the business plan. These are the few services, right? These services actually can be categorized into main 7 areas. The business BDS services we can be categorized into main 7 areas. One is technology and productions, one category, one business service category. Technology and productions, the new ways of produce, process, marketing agricultural products, right? As example, mobile apps, we are seed, right? Or mobile apps, you are seed or seeds, right? New technology and the product developments, one category of business services, right? Training and technical assistance, develop a capacity of farmers and the enterprises. So this category of the business services, they are focusing on training and educations and capacity buildings of the farmers and enterprises. They will educated about the entrepreneurships regarding capacity building. And the input supplies, one BDS service, input supply, they help the farmer to access to improved seed, improved fertilizer and improved agrochemicals, input services. And the financial services are given by some BDS, right? This credit to smallholder farmers, so they give loan and other banking facilities, right? So with the based on the performance and the business quality of the business, right? The financing. And other category of business services they are doing is they generate market access. So new market finding, new market, developing new market, and facilitate to linkage with the existing market and new market, and enable buyers to expand their demand or sometimes supply. These are the called market access category. What do? Is they generate new market and they access new market, and sometimes they expand the portion market share of the supplier, right? They facilitate to develop new linkages, like they are focusing on market access. And the sixth one is the infrastructure peoples, the business BDS. They are working with the infrastructures. They establish sustainable infrastructures and the distribution network. Actually, these are with the what is called warehouses, distributions, and the gradings, like that. These are the infrastructure people. And the policy category also, they identified that they reform policies. These are the 7 main category of business development services. One is technology and product development, and the training and technical assistant, input supply, finance, market, infrastructure, and the policy. These are the main 7 BDS services. This BDS services actually we can categorize into three categories we can find in the field. One is free business services. Actually, free public service BDS services is given by free of charge. That is funded by sometime governments, funded by private, or funded by NGOs, right? BDS services is free of charge. And the second one is specialized fee-based services, maybe private or specialized companies at the cost. That services is given to the farmer, but the farmer have to pay it. Farmer have to pay that cost to that company. Most of the specialized companies are given that services. And the third one is embedded services. Embedded services, that means there is no direct cost to the farmer, but that cost is somehow incurred to the service provider. They somehow they catch. As example, at the time of product pricing, that service cost is included as a cost factor, and that the consumer have to pay that service cost at the time of purchasing, right? Embedded service, maybe consumer, maybe other partner or other stakeholder in the value chain have to pay that BDS cost, right? These are the main three types: public service or pre-service, and the paid service, and the indirect costing. These are the three types of businesses services. So the people or farmers, actually they should have some kind of skills, business skill they should have. I just put this slides because tomorrow I will discuss more about the entrepreneurial skills and how it identified by the extension officers, right? Just for your understanding the business skill need of the farmers, I have put one is the meeting product specifications at the profit. So that means how to meet product specification, because in the market, maybe buyer, maybe consumer, they have their own specification with respect product. So the quality and quantity, taste, appearance, shapes, nutrition status, certificates, there are a lot of specifications are there to fulfill. So that have to fulfill with the profits. That is called meeting the product specification at the profit. The farmer should generate profit. We are fulfilling the demanded specification. That is one business skill of the farmer. And negotiating new business model with the channel partners. So that means the farmer maybe a traditional supplier, so that they should have some skill to negotiate with that channel partner or chain partner to develop new model. Or just supplier, maybe sometime he can stop his what is called cash flow. We are going with the buyback system, like that. As example, he can stop his cash flow. We are going with the new business model for model like what is called buyback system. Then all the investment is done by the buyers. He will supply inputs, he will supply seeds, he will supply other required things, and he will buy the product at the end of the season, and then the margin is taken by the farmer. So that's as example. So we have to, he should have new negotiating skill with business partner or chain partners, and evaluating the sales growth profitability on seasonal basis. Sometimes actually having good prices will not actually tell you it is profitable. But farmers mentality is they're having good prices. Okay, that is it's given good margin, but maybe real profitability is will not assess. Therefore, they should have some evaluating skills to just take to understand this business is profitable or not. And as sometime maybe one segment may be profitable, other segment maybe generate losses, and as a whole farm do they generate profits. That's the one of the skill farmer should know. And the generating long term uploading plan, upgrading plans to include the chain wide processes. So that means how long chain way they should develop their farming as a business, right? As a skill I just mentioned, just for your information, right? This is a NGO field agents means this is also one main partner in pluralistic extension model, right? We discuss about the farm organization, we discuss about the farmer, we discuss about the lead farmer, right? This and then we discuss about the commission agents. Now we discuss about the NGO field agent. This is also one of main partner in the pluralistic extension model. He's covering one narrow area because the NGO is always with the projects, always with the project approach. Actually we discuss about, I think you discuss with Dr. Chintako about this different approaches. The NGO is always following project approach, therefore their coverage is very narrow. They only just focus about one or two selected crops or selected area, therefore narrow coverage is very narrow. But they have a lot of resources, they have enough money because the NGO they are come with good money and other technology, right? Therefore they have enough resources and also very specific objective oriented people and also external funded, right? Therefore the NGO field agents also playing one of big role in touristic extension if available. As example, actually, so such as financial education, savings, loan, credit, business planning, nutrition, farm plan diversification. These are the narrow area they are focusing. So he or she is one of main agents in what is called touristic extension. And the private sector service providers, a lot of there may be fertilizer, maybe agrochemical, maybe seed, maybe machinery, and maybe other areas. Also, they are the private sector. So we covered in lecture 4 private extension. Therefore, I didn't include the role of private sector in the touristic extension. Please go through the lecture number 4. It is explaining how private extension can be influenced on business development or entrepreneurships developments, right? These are the main partners we discuss in pluralistic extension. We discuss about what is mean pluralistic extension. All the partners we discuss then farmers, lead farmer, farmer groups, cooperatives, and farmer organization. There are two farm organization, resource oriented and market oriented, then commission agent, and we go with the business development services. And why do we need business development services? They are also part of the what is called touristic extension. These are the main categories of the business development services: technology, training, input, finance, market access, infrastructure, and policy. And there are main three types of business development services available based on the money. It's a pre and the fee and also embedded, right? These are the few skill needed to having with the farmer and the NGO agents and the private sector, right? These are the partners of touristic extension system. And then actually as a group, as a touristic extension practitioners or extension agents or new extensionists, right? You should have some skill how to identify the potential entrepreneurs based on their assets, right? Not only assess them based on their skill, based on their knowledge, based on their attitudes, you should be able to identify them. Here, these are the few assets you can use to identify the potential, right? Potential of individual farmers as entrepreneurs, right? As entrepreneurs. The based on assets actually natural resource availability, size of the farm, expertise, what's the knowledge available with him and the technology, and what's the access to the market he's having, and the level of organization, access to the agricultural services, maybe advisory services, maybe other services, what kind of access he have, and what are the type of products they are doing and how they produce. Based on these assets, the normal, the basic, what is called extensionist can be identified. This client as a potential person with the agri-preneurship, and this client has potential to become a businessman, right? And there are three types of clients available. Right? These are the potential client identification based on assets. This client actually we can categorize into three types of clients. As extension is, when I go to the field, I can identify main three types of entrepreneurial skills clients, right? One is rural world one. There's a actually is based on GPRA's guidelines. We call rural world one is one type of category. The farmers who are globally competitive, embedded in agribusinesses, and they are commodity producers and processors, and the politically they are connected and linked to the formal market, and they most of time what they are doing is export oriented. This category is called rural world one. They are already big businessmen, right? Farmers who are globally competitive, embedded in agribusinesses, and they are more focuses on one particular commodity or process, and they have a lot of connected with the political, and they deal with formal market. Right, tomorrow we are discussing about for what is the type of formal market and informal market, and they are with export driven approaches, which is called rural world one. And the rural world two, actually it is local oriented farmers, and right, they access to the enough amount of land and multiple enterprises they have, but actually they are undercapitalized, and they don't have enough money to access to cater the international demand. That is why we call it they are undercapitalized. Because of that, they are declining the time of trade, because they more focusing on the local business scenario. Rural world one, they more focus on global markets and global demands, and the rural world two, they more focus on local, right? Rural world three categories, actually these people are what we discussed in very earlier in this presentations. Farmers actually they are known as fragile in livelihood. They worried about how to feed my family, how to generate income for day-to-day lives, right? Farmers known as fragile on livelihood, and they are access to the resources, limited access to the resources, and the multi-occupationers. What they do is they do a lot of things. They do farming, they do laboring, right? Multi-occupationers, and sometimes migrants, like categories and unskilled people, they are depends on low wages and casual family labor. So therefore, these three category can be identified, and we should select who are the people have more potential with this category to develop as a further, because rural world one maybe not having good opportunity for extension officer to further develop, but maybe there sometime maybe the capacity development is there. But the category two, rural world two, is have big opportunities to approach to the next level, local orientation to the global orientations, right? The rural world three also with the potential, and with generating adequate resources and capacity building, they also can develop as a entrepreneurs, right? Therefore, we should as a extensionist, we should know what is the category. Maybe this one rural world one, this one rural world two, or this one rural world three. So this kind of approaches need for rural world three, and this kind of approaches need for rural world two, like that. That knowledge you should have. Other clientele is actually the women farmers. Actually, one of actually one of very big portions of the farming community, also the labor force also with the women farmers, right? Therefore, as an extension is, you should identify what are the challenges available working with women farmers, what are the benefits, what are the opportunities available with the women farmers to develop as a entrepreneurship. So therefore, this clientele identification, first we can identify categories, rural world 1, 2, 3, and also that women farmers, right? Women farmers. And then there are some main 3 types of farm categories. This is a very basic to you to understand. Small scale farmers, right? You know that small scale farmers mean this small family farmers. Their characteristics, they are limited resource in term of land. Actually, small scale means most of time we focus on the lands. The lands is less than 2 hectares. We consider as a small scale category. And also water and money access also not having. Therefore, we consider this as a small scale farming category, right? In smallholder farming category, actually majority of them are, as we discussed in earlier, we consider them as a net buyers. Normally 30 to 50% of farmers are net buyers. They are not entrepreneurs. They just buy inputs, right? They invest. They are doing farming, right? Net buyers. They are vulnerable farmers. They are mainly focused on feeding their families, and also multi occupationals. At the same time, they are doing some other income generating activities also, right? Which is called net buyers. Normally 50% of farmers in smallholder category are the net buyers, and the balance 30% of them from balance 50 is called market neutral smallholders. They are depends on the weather, right? Some smallholder farmers, some farmers are there. These people actually waiting for water, waiting for rainfall to start farming, right? They cannot access markets because they are neutral, because they are dependent on weather. So if it is not raining, so they cannot cultivate. So therefore they are neutral in market. Normally 30%, right? 30 is around 20-30% of farmers are weather dependents, right? So they are not net buyers. They are depend on the weather. And the 15 to 20% smallholders, they commercial smallholders. They generate some products, right? They have some amount of income, and they sell 50 to 60% of their production is sell, and balance 40% they keep for their home consumption, right? They are having good knowledge, and they are generating comparatively good productivity than the net buyers. And balance 1 to 2% are the commercial agripreneurs, commercial farmers. They are smallholders, but they are fully focused on fully equipped with agripreneur skills. They produce, and they also sell more than 50% of their farming products. These are the this 1%. Identification of this 1 to 2% of this commercial farmer is one of big task with extension officer or floristic extension team. How we identify this 1 to 2%? Imagine there are 100 of farmers, small holding farmers available in particular area, but only 1 or 2% will be considered as a agribusinessman. So how to identify this 1 or 2% is one of very critical skill should develop by the floristic extension practitioner. So if there is 100, only 1% is doing agribusinesses. So you have to identify that one person, and you should help him to become an agripreneur using the previous point we discussed in this lecture today, right? This is a small how to identify small farmer and how to identify agripreneur characteristics of the small farmer and how we develop. Then there is another category. This is called medium scale farmers, right? It's called medium scale farmer. These are the key contributors in production and marketing. Like actually majority of smallholder, they produce for home consumption. Majority of the production is go for homes, right? Domestic consumption, and balance is come to the market. It's depend on the weather and some other production factors. But the medium scale farmers are the actually key contributor of the productions and the marketing. And those medium scale farmers actually 10 to 20 hectares they are available. They considered based on the land availability. Most of time, majority of this land medium scales, they have even primary education, have better access to the credit and the resources than the small scale farmers, because even the medium scale category, they have some securities to keep to the banks and the mortgaging facilities. They can access credit, and even they were worried about the labor productivity and income. So these people are comparatively having good access to the credits and other resources than the small holding category. And also these category are more progressive and maybe easily approach about the business enterprise development approach, right? This category are the people who are oriented to develop business than small holders. These category we can bring it to the entrepreneurial level than small holders. And also the leaders within the farming organization is most of time small scale farmers are headed majority of farm organizations in the small hold, right? And the last category is actually commercial farmers. We know the commercial farmers are actually they are not worried about the public extension, private extension, right? They have enough money, right? They have capital, they have marketing informations, they have technology. They are not worried about the public private extension systems, and they are access to the all the informations, right? Which is called commercial farmers. They are large scale farmers, more than 50 acres of land. They are doing large scale level farming, and the commercial farmers are actually this category is actually accessed by the touristic case can be sometimes the market development or management like area, but the requirement is or requirement or demand for the entrepreneur development is very less, but the BDS maybe can be worked with the commercial farmers, right? These are the farmer category. Then we know about the farmer cooperatives, right? How people get together and develop the cooperatives, right? Normally this is how we can graphically put how farmers build up as a team. Actually, individual farmers need to learn how to work together, and the farmer group need to business support plan from the investments. What happen is individual farmer second level they can group based on their needs, right? Based on their need they can groups, right? In first level, that is right. In first level, individual farmers are there. Individual needs are there, but based on the needs, they can groups, right? Right, that farm crops need assistance can be engaged with higher volume, right? And the higher volume and the volume of the market. So the consultant and specialized in NGO for some public agents can be educated them how to get together. And after that, actually, the farmer needs support to develop inclusive business relationship with different groups. This is how farm organization is happening. So individual farmers are there, and then according to the needs, they come to the groups, and after that, that groups also can be engaged further, and they can develop with the develop as a cooperatives, right? These are the processing agent, processing firm is next slide. Actually, this processing firms also part of the forestry extension system, right? You just you can go with this slide, right? Then you look at the the value chain. So this normally farmers are available. Then what happen is corps or societies. So what they do is they collect this product into one place. So contractual what is called marketing or collective marketing, they says to the traders, and then it's go to the processor. After the processor, it's go for wholesale, retail, and after the consumer, right? This is called core value chain. These are the actor: farmer, corps, trader, processor, wholesale and retail and consumer. This is a core value chain, right? Then what happens is in the just for the farmer, the extension services is highly demanded for the farmer, and in the corp level or group level, actually the society level farm organization is most of the thing is the service need is the inputs, and the trader level BDS, as a BDS, what is called financial services are needed for the traders, and the processors and wholesaler. Actually, the transport is the BDS services is needed, and the wholesale storage, retail packaging, and the consumer marketing. This is how we look at the value chain and the BDS services, right? Value chain and the BDS services, and based on the value chain level, the regulation and the infrastructure facilities also can be here. So some infrastructures for farmers, some regulations for processors, and the grading, certification, and other standards with the retail and wholesale, and the consumer for food safety, right? This is how we can look at the value chain, right? Core chain actors and the different BDF services and regulations, right? When you look at we up to now we discuss about from the beginning the requirement of the entrepreneurships, agripreneurships, and to develop that agripreneurships, we discuss about floristic extension approach, and then we go with different partners of the floristic extension approach, and we go to the value chain. Actually, we will discuss further in the last lecture about how value chain can be used to development, value chain and extension, how we can incorporate it to development of the agricultural system, right? So then we have to look at what are the characteristic of the entrepreneurs. Actually, these are very basic things. You just go through this characteristic as example. We know these people are initiative people. They drive and they can identify opportunities available their community and their market, and they are single-minded, willing to take decision, take idea and unconventional views. They are not the traditional people. They take untraditional, unconventional decisions, and the creative leader and ready to disrupt the status quo. Like these are few characteristics. I think I no need to mention one by one. Just for as an extensionist, right? As an extensionist, you can identify your client. Okay, this is one who is having with entrepreneurial skills, right? This is having entrepreneurial skill based on assets. We go and based on thinking and based on attitudes, right? Uh, you can identify it. And the last few slides of this lecture, actually, we go with business service providers. Then we have to identify who are the business service providers and what are the type of services they are given. What are the type of service, and then who are the business service providers. Actually, extraordinary farmers and business leaders, they seek extraordinary agro enterprise service providers, right? So extraordinary farmers or businesses, they want some, they need some business services. Business services they want to take next level of the business. These are the type of business services available. These are the type of business services. One is business mentor, that extension service provider or rural business, what is called floristic extension service provider, can be a business mentor. Farmer know how to produce crop or raise livestock, but they want to improve the farming business skill, because the farmer he know how to produce the crops, but he want to improve their business skill. That is why he need business mentor, the person who can be a business mentor for the farmer, the extension person who can be a business mentor. And the marketing expert, how to identify the new market and explore the new market. And the production expert who can improve the productivity. Technology expert, these are the type of services the extraordinary farmers are asking, right? Therefore, there are different type of expert available. Post harvest handling expert, financial service expert, and the value chain specialist to strengthen the investment across the value chain. How to go to next step in value chain. How farmer become a producer, how farmer become a collector, how farmer become a processor, right? How farmer become a value adder. Like that, how to go with go through the value chain. So therefore, that farmer need value chain specialist. So these are the type of services required by the extraordinary farmers. Also, there are different ways to identify what is called entrepreneurs. Different ways to identify entrepreneurs. One is agripreneur workshops, right? Agripreneur workshop designed to training sessions to work and combination of agri-enterprise agencies, investors, production expert, and marketing experts. So what they do is, so do their workshops and they develop. So in that workshop, the enterprises are there, investors are there, production experts are there, marketing experts, all are come together, and that workshops are conducted. Normally, specific topics, key topics are here to be asked: product development, marketing strategies, bookkeeping, investment management, and how to grow the customer base. These are the area area we discuss in those workshops. So that workshop will help to normal farmer to become a agripreneurs. And also next one is agripreneur competition. We can go with competition. So business plan competitions, business idea competition, like that competition. Then we can identify what is called agripreneurs or entrepreneurs, right? Agricultural entrepreneurs. And the agripreneur incubators, this also one of the area how to incubate, how to develop, or how to create new agripreneurs, which is called agripreneur incubators. Actually, this is a capacity building programs to identify agripreneurs and how work directly with the agripreneurs. So that incubator will help to strengthen or generate new capacities of the general farmers regarding the market, business engagement, bookkeeping, relationship management, like that. That incubator will help general farmers to or oriented farmers to become a what is called entrepreneurs. The next one is agripreneur accelerator program also there. This also the help to boost the short-term boost service to agripreneurs, to normal agripreneurs, that boost the thinking or behavior of the normal farmers to become agripreneur, which is called agripreneur accelerator. And the agripreneur mentoring and coaching, This is also we discussed in previous slide also. Once the agripreneur who have launched their business, what they do is we coaching them, we mentoring them step by step, business plan to launch to product developments to value additions to packaging. Everything is we can mentoring or coaching. We call entrepreneur coaching plan. And the informal youth incubator. Okay, this also there is a big demand, big requirements requirements there in the field. How to attract youth into the agriculture. So attracting youth into agriculture is actually with agripreneur approach. Therefore, that youth incubator also will help to become what is called agribusinessman or agripreneur. So these are the few options. Youth business courses, short-term courses we can give to the youth about what is called agribusiness developments and entrepreneurships development. Then we can develop as a entrepreneur. So these are the area actually we have to more focus on developing, identifying and developing entrepreneurs and how we can maintain as a businessman. So this is the area today I want to cover with the introduction part. Actually, with this presentation, what is called we just go with what is mean agripreneurships and extension, and we identify market is shifting. Therefore, entrepreneurship is more vital. Therefore, with respect to the agriculture, agripreneurship is more important to develop the smallholder sector, right? Therefore, importance we identified why agripreneurship is important. As an extension is what are the role he have to play for development of extension agripreneurship's development, and then we identify the need of extension. Therefore, the traditional extension should be converted to the new extension. So these are the role of new extensions to play in agripreneurship's development. There we identify pluristic extension approach as one of good approach to develop. So then we identify partners of the pluristic extension, right? Farmer, lead farmer, farmer group cooperatives and others. Then as a partner of the pluristic extension, we identify farm organization. There are two types of farm organization: resource oriented and market oriented. And they know about then we discuss about the commission agent, and then we discuss about the business development services, right? What business development services are doing, what are the type of business services, and how we can identify based on the prices they pay, and the NGO field agent and private extension, and how to identify the client as a potential agripreneur. First, we go with the resource available to assist available. These are the main three types: rural world, 1, 2, 3, and the women farmers, also one category, and the small scale farmer, right? How we can develop and how we can identify 1% of that agripreneurs, and the medium scale farmer, commercial farmer, farmer cooperatives, how that cooperative is developed, and the value chain and the different services, and the characteristic of agripreneurs, right? Based on this characteristic also we can identify, and the agribusiness service providers, what are the why the service provide need, and what are the service can be provided from business mentor to marketing experts to production expert to value chain specialist. And these are the different activities we can do to develop agripreneurships. One is agripreneur workshop, right? One is agripreneur competitiveness. Other one is agripreneur incubators and the agripreneur accelerator, right? Agripreneur coaching and informal youth incubators, right? Informal youth incubators. Informally, we are attracting farmer youth into the what is called agriculture. and the different business courses for youth to encourage youth to agriculture. And the formal youth business incubator was the last slide. Formally, business training, market gap identifications, development, product and pilot testing, business plan development for investors, loan preparation, launching a business. We formally train them to become an entrepreneurship. So these are the area today I had to discuss with you. Tomorrow, actually, I will meet you around 10:30. We will discuss about business planning, business skill, business market research, feasibility studies, product launching, and access to international market, and those area. I think I have to convert on tomorrow. So with that, I can conclude today's sessions. So thank you very much for your participation, and let's go on.